on the challenge of using the current CBPP vaccine. So the outline of my presentation will be, first of all, I will just talk about the different strain we're using and also the level of protection of this strain. And coming to the vaccination efficacy. And then the third part will be really the challenge, which is related on the use of CBPP, the vaccine in terms of post-reaction and the problem for the production, and also issue which is related on the diluent and sometimes the vaccination, the instruction which should accompany the vaccine, and also the issue related on the cold chain. And then quickly, maybe just give an update on the quality control we are conducting in PANVAC. So in terms of CBPP vaccine efficacy, there is several studies which has been conducted showing that it's possible to use the current vaccine and to reduce the outbreak of CBPP in country. For example, this is a study which has been conducted in Namibia, which after 2 years, they have managed to reduce almost 99% of outbreak of this disease in some part of the country. And by using this, by using vaccination coverage up to 80 to 90%. The second is during the Rinderpest program, during the PAC program, there is a combination vaccination, Rinderpest and CBPP. And in some countries, there is some quite achievement. For example, here you have in Senegal, where the vaccination has been stopped in 2005, and even the country was ongoing to declare a freedom of CBPP. So once the vaccination is well conducted and with appropriate coverage of vaccination level, it's possible to control CBPP based on this the information. The same also happened in Rwanda, where after putting CBPP vaccination program, they are able to control appropriately CBPP in the country. Now, currently, there is a 2 strain of CBPP vaccine which we are using. The first one is T144, which is a strain coming from a meal which has been isolated in Tanzania after a passage on eggs, 44 passage on eggs. And the second strain is a T1SL, which is coming from T144, but this strain is streptomycin resistant, which is a strain which has been developed in CIRAD EMVT. No, that time EMVT was in Maison Alfort in Paris area. So in terms of protection level, the 2 strains using CBPP T144 or T1SL, it was shown that T144, the protection can go up to 12 months, and the one using T1SL, the protection is, the duration of protection is 6 months. So for T144 is a recommended annual vaccination, and for T1SL is every 6 months we need to repeat the vaccination. And coming to the adverse reaction on the use of the different strain, Using T1SL, almost we don't have a really adverse reaction with a T1SL strain, but with a T144, we have we can have some local inflammation reaction, and this one also depends to the different type of animals breed, because some animals breed and also depend also on the age of animals, and this reaction can be happen. And this reaction also can also be generated some resistance from a farmer, which when you animals react a lot on after vaccination, some farmer can be a bit reluctant to not to conduct vaccination against CBPP. As you can see on the slide here on the picture, you can see this is some of a kind of a reaction which can be happen on the site or on the neck of animals after injection of the vaccine. There is also issue related on the diluent and also on the instruction of so the diluent, always we know that the diluent have a huge impact on the variability of CBPP vaccine strain, and also the quality of the diluent can also impact efficacy of the vaccination. And sometimes, most of the time, the supply of the vaccine manufacturers supply a vaccine to some country which are appropriate accompanied with the diluent, and which is also one of the issue. And so it is really recommended that the diluent must be supplied with the vaccine. There is in some small farmer, in some regions, there is issue on vaccine dose, because most of this vaccine has been supplied with 100 doses. So we have to, some manufacturer in terms of a dose, they are a bit reluctant, because also it is also impact the cost of the production. So this is something also we should think about, for particularly for some small farm. And there is, most of the time, there is no adequate the vaccine instruction, which is accompanying also the vaccine. The vaccine are supplied without any appropriate instruction on how to use, how to reconstitute the vaccine and how to use it. I think this is something we should also advocate, that always manufacturer where they are supplying the vaccine to not to be used. This vaccine should be accompanied with all the instruction how to reconstitute the vaccine, how to use the vaccine, and also to be indicate the limit of using the vaccine after reconstitution. This one also should be indicated, so then people should know that, okay, after reconstitute the vaccine, maybe the vaccine should be used maximum in 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. I think this is something which should be also accompanied, so then the vaccine will be appropriate to use on the field. And there is an issue on the on the cold chain, and this vaccine, the CBPP vaccine, is a live attenuated vaccine, which means that in terms of thermostability, there is an issue on our thermostability. So it means this vaccine should be, we should maintain appropriate cold chain to preserve the quality from the quality of the vaccine from the production up to the field for vaccination. And this one also, we should have a awareness of people who are using the vaccines, that appropriate cold chain should be maintained to maintain the quality of the vaccine, so then we can have a good efficacy of the vaccination. And just here to give you briefly, this is the different manufacturers which are producing CBPP vaccine in Africa. We have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 laboratories from North, West, Central, East, and Southern Africa who are producing CBPP vaccine. In addition, we also have, based on the vaccine which have been submitted to us in PANVAC for quality control, we have also external company, which is coming from Jordan, WOAH, which also submitting CBPP vaccine for us for quality control. So here, just to indicate that CBPP is one of the second major vaccine which are tested in PANVAC. The first one is PPR, as you can see, almost 30% of vaccine submitted to PANVAC for quality control are PPR, and the second is CBPP in terms of major vaccine tested. So, and when this vaccine, after quality control, when the vaccine pass the quality control test, we issue a test report and certificate, and this one, the certificate is published in our website. And when the vaccine fail, we just issue the test report. And we really advocate to consult our website to know which vaccine, which batch are certified. So then you can also see which laboratory are submitting the vaccine for us for quality control if people want to procure CBPP vaccine. So in conclusion, we can indicate that based on all this information we have, it's possible to control CBPP in Africa with appropriate continental strategy by using the current available vaccine T144 or T1SA, but this one should be under appropriate cold chain maintained and processed. And also, we have to see how we can also continue to improve the production of and also the stability of this vaccine, as it was indicated. This is a live attenuate strain, and we also should encourage the laboratory to submit the vaccine to PANVAC for quality control before use it on the field. So this is quickly what we, in terms of a challenge, relate on the use of CBPP vaccine we want to share with you. So the chair.